Hello, today I would like to present you how to place a consent bar on the web page. It is quite straightforward. So this is my page. When I refresh it, you notice that the consent bar is shown. How I do it? This is all orchestrated from Tracardi. So you log into Tracardi and create a new automation. I've created mine that is called show chat on every page, because besides showing the consent bar, it also shows the chat with widget, which is this part, and it also checks if I've granted some consent. If not, then it goes through this false port and it shows the consent bar. So let's do a small change. I've now wanted to place the consent bar on the bottom. Okay, let's save it. Let's go to automation and just deploy this draft. Now I should be able to see the consent bar on the button. Here I can customize my consents. This is very important because those consent types can be defined in Tracardi. When you go to identification and consent types, you can see that I've created two consent types. If I added new one, I would just describe it, give it a title, give it a description, and just choose if the consent by default should be granted. So all of my consents are by default granted. Yes. Okay. I would like to make sure that once I've granted the identification consent, the consent bar on the page is not shown again. So this is done in automation, and it's done through this node, has consent, and it checks if the identification consent is granted. I can also require that all the defined consents are granted. When I grant the consent, I should not see the consent bar. So here we go. I agree to all consents, and once again I refresh the page and the consent bar is not shown. We can even see this in data. So this is my profile, no, this one, the production, this is my profile. You can see my consents, and I can go into debug and select this workflow, and in here you can see what it does. It just goes through this node, then it blocks showing the consent, and it shows also the chat widget. So this is how you place the consent bar on your web page.